Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. I just had it in my spirit just that I needed to actually just come in here for a minute and do some talking with you, the people. I have a few things that is laid upon my heart, and I'll go ahead and address them. I have had many of you who want to support the efforts and what we're doing here at Straightway because of the truth that the Holy Spirit has allowed us to bring forth and continue to keep getting out to you, the people, whether it be social, political, economic, or the front that a lot of people like to refer to in this country, the religious. I'm a thinking man. And of course, I've been out today picking up building materials. And as I was out, I started to think to myself, we have very serious problems in this country. And the problem is this. We've got religions, we have news media, we have governments, and every single one of them set themselves up as the cure when they are actually the disease themselves, especially mainstream news media. Because so many people are just accustomed to going over and cutting their TV on it and just getting mind numb and believing everything that they say, and they don't understand that these people are twisting, warping, distorting. There's not one story you ever hear coming from the mainstream news media that is actual, factual, and truthful. And that's just a fact. Just like this country, there's nothing about this country and the history of it that is the truth. So America has set itself up as the cure when we are actually the disease itself. I tell you, it's heart-wrenching though, isn't it? But I understand that there are a lot of people who don't care one bit about promoting the truth, and they are content with just being blinded. You need to start taking a personal assessment of yourself, of who are your colleagues, who are your constituents, who you hang around, because they are a direct reflection upon you. Because, there are a lot of people who say, I just assume that as a human, that people do not want to be lied to. I just assume that now. I assume that. And the reason why I keep saying I assume that, because I've learned that the truth is just too painful. And I don't care what front it comes from. I don't care what front it comes from at all, because whether it be social, political, economic, religious, I'm not religious, I'm in the faith. People go up to a certain point, and then there's a crossroads there. And that point right there is their barrier to freedom, because we've been conditioned and we've had our minds manipulated and coerced so long that when we find out that we're not actually functioning after our own volition but after our training, it's a painful thing. And most people cannot face the reality of coming face to face with themselves. So it's less painful if we see the truth, we get up too close to it, we get close as we can, then we turn around and go away. That way I don't have to do nothing about it. But the bottom line with that is you're going to end up perpetuating your own self-destruction, whether it be now or whether it's a slow erosion, just like a disease does over a period of time. I tell you what, it's not going to be good for you. Today, I went to the post office. Now, don't get me wrong. And by the way, let me go ahead and put this in. A lot of people have expressed to me, Pastor Dow, I have a debit card. I would like to contribute to the Straightway Truth Ministry. How can I do that? I just don't have time. I'm busy and this. I've got all kind of things that people said. So I had J. Snip 4. J. Snip 4 actually put a link on www.online-church.org. He put a PayPal link up there. And if any of you want to support the efforts that we're doing here for the kingdom of the King of the universe while we're here on this earth for a short period of time, I bless you for it, and I thank you for it. Thank you for helping us get the truth out, because it does cost money to get it out. Today I went to the mailbox and I received, I think it was 12 of these from Brother David in Canada. 12 of these. Now, I think that these Canadian maple leaves is probably some of the most beautiful coins that there are. The reason why that I show coins and not people's personal offerings is because I am trying my best to do whatever I can to shake people's minds and conscience up. You know, when the CME was put out the bad information of margin hikes and margin requirements going to be the same all the way across the board and stuff, you know, people just start hitting it. And then they started to forsake their principles, which is tangible assets. You follow my advice and listen to what I'm saying. You stick with gold and stick with silver because you can't trust these people. If anything, they're going to come up with something. There's going to be a cause, and it's going to sound so good and so right to you that you'll want to believe it. And you'll think that that's the only option that you have. And then you'll start unloading all of your metals that you've been stocking up on. And then next thing you know, you try to go and buy them back. With the type of devil that this system in society is, look at the devil. Just look at him. We're probably dealing with people. Let's just say, hypothetical situation. Silver goes down to $10. Okay? You know that these dogs will turn around and jack the premiums over spot. $10, you'll pay anywhere between $8 and $10. That's a premium price for a coin like an American Eagle or a Canadian Maple Leaf. Because that's the type of resolve that these people have. You have to understand, we live in a system. Look at our court system. They're already jacked. They're jacked by the corporations. Every big corporation, our country is a corporation. The courts are owned by the corporation. You should have seen that video I just did with Jesse Ventura. He don't even know, hey, if the courts don't have the jurisdiction, they're supposed to be the Supreme Court or highest courts in land. And he asked the question, well, who in the hell does? I'd like to know that. Wouldn't you like to know that? We ain't going to find out because we have been in a system of corruption ever since we've been born. We've been sold as chattel slaves in this country. I don't care if you black. I don't care if you white, red, yellow, blue, purple, green, or brown, or striped. It don't make no difference. You have to understand this is a systematic destruction of the human flesh right here. Georgia Guidestones. All these other people talk about the world population and the reduction that must take place. You know, this past Sabbath I did a message and I started going over the church fathers. Ignatius, Marcion, Tertullian, Constantine. And of course, many of you people out there who are laced up with Christianity have no ideas. And you know what? You don't care either. You don't care that you are worshiping the same idols that you read about in the book that we've been warned against. You don't care that you're promoting all that because what I believe. Hey, you don't know what you believe. I promise you. If you haven't done your own independent research, if you haven't checked out things for yourself, you have no idea what you believe. But you know, the reason why I show these medals right here is because I'm trying my best to do my best to show you that there are other people out there that understand what sound money is. And the reason why I make a big stink about the silver or metals and stuff is because, you know, the cash is trash. It's showing out every single day. Our country's insolvent. The banks are insolvent. We're bankrupt. We have nothing. Nothing has changed. There's no more options for anything. The only option that the United States of America has, as well as the European Union, is nothing but a printing press. Now listen to me. Let me go ahead and tell you something here real quick. And so we can archive this video, at least have it up so you'll know what's getting ready to take place in this country. You know, we called Iraq, called Afghanistan, Iran and Syria's in the making. We already called Egypt. We called Libya. Let me tell you all that else. The United States of America, along with China and the other industrialized nations called the European Union, has got their sights set on. Remember this. Listen to me very close. Listen to me if you can. If you can get past yourself, listen to me. All these countries got their sights set on Uganda and the Congo. What am I telling you? I'm telling you that China, the European Union, which consists of all the rest of them, and America, they got their sight set on Africa. Why do they have their sight set on Africa? And why is Libya a staging point for America? Because that's a place where we, in our empire building, that we can have a launching pad. You see, these people, especially the media, they put cover stories up in front of you to blind you. Politics is nothing but a liar. Anybody that's a politician is nothing more than a professional bootlegging, knuckle-dragging, old-fashioned liar. That's all it is to it. And you people going to see that. You have no representation. You have nothing in this country whatsoever except you and what you put up for your own self and defend for your own self. But resources is the name of the game when countries are bankrupt. Did you hear what I said? Anytime they can put any type of window dressing up in front of you. They can put any type of cover story up in front of y'all they want, but you listen to Pastor Dow. Resources is the name of the game. When you see in America going around jacking all these countries, using the cover story of they're killing all these innocent civilians and stuff. Well, what about all the innocent civilians we're killing through this war machine that we call collateral damage? And now, America said, Obama gets up there and says, well, we have not had one troop on the ground in Libya. We have not had one troop over here. We haven't done that. And I thank God for it. You see, what we've done is we've got dirty hands. And, we're sitting by pushing the button of the computer to send missiles and drones to go do our dirty work, so we can sit up in front of the TV camera and grandstand and stage play with all this mental circus juggling in our minds right here and convince you people, because we're so stupefied and dumbed down by genetically modified foods in this country, we can't even think right because our nutrition is suffering very, very bad. So we turn around in this country and we use all this double talk like a two-term serpent and stuff, and as if we're presenting ourselves some type of clean person when we're dirty. So they're saying that just so they can say, we don't have no blood on our hands. You know what? It is appointed unto man to die. But then after that comes the judgment. And ain't nobody gonna escape death. That fool Houdini said he's going to come back and tell us about death. Anybody heard from him since? Heard anything? Huh? Nah. Ain't nobody going to escape death. We all going to stand before the king. Believer, unbeliever, it makes no difference. Your unbelief is irrelevant. I can talk like this because I've been on the side of unbelief before. Self-autonomy helps a person. It helps a person to exercise independent thinking, which will put you in the pursuit of happiness. Do you understand what I mean? And that pursuit of happiness will give you the freedom to determine predestination, or the course that you should be setting for you and those that are coming behind you. But that don't fit none of us here in America. None of us, because we live in a system that has trained us to be subordinate. We live in a system that has handicapped us. That no matter what they say, we believe it hook, line, and sinker, starting with church. I'm kind of upset, big time, over a lot of stuff. My sphere of influence only goes as far as those who have the ears to hear and those who listen to me. I don't care too much about people who are either blind to the truth or they simply just don't want to hear it at all. They don't care about it, none whatsoever at all. I care about those who do have the ears to hear and have the ability. I get all of your communications. I'm not able to answer every single one of them. I mean, my cell phone, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example of the type of communication I have. And I try my best to get back with every one of you. I really, truly do. But my cell phone, just in the last 5 months, I have over 21,000 communiques sent to my cell phone. I don't know what you call them, but it's in my cell phone. I can actually show you the number. So I try my best to answer those that need answering. I appreciate each and every last one of you who listen to this ministry and supporting this ministry. Oh, and by the way, all you people down in Florida, me and Jay Snip done come across something, so chances are I won't be in Florida. I'll be in Tampa, Florida sometime in the month of December, which I will let you know. Just continue to keep listening to this particular YouTube channel right here, and I will let you know. I just thought I'd come on here for a second and give you a little ranting, a little raving there a little bit, and hopefully, you know, I guess you can call that my blowing of the steam thing. But anyway, nothing has changed. If you can buy one of these every month, you're doing better than 99.9% of the dumb Americans that's still caught up in the matrix. And I thank each and every last one of you that do send these offers, because Pastor Dow has food, I have raiment, I'm content. But I'm going to use every single thing, every resource that the Most High sends me through his people who he moves up on their heart to give to the ministry. I'm going to use it for the people of the Most High. And that's the truth. And that is the truth. Straight way. Don't forget, I'll put the link up at the end of this video right here where you can donate if you like. I really would appreciate it to the ministry. I usually don't talk about tithes and offerings much at all. I really don't. I just figure that those people's heart who are affected by the truth, you know, everyone out there that is of the truth, they hear the truth and they know the truth when they hear it. And you know you heard the truth because the world will hate you when you are of the truth, because the world is diametrically opposed to the truth. Do you understand what I mean? So everyone that is of the truth and loves the truth, hey, you have no choice but to love me, because I love you because you're of the truth. But I can tell you one thing, the world is going to hate you. You're going to find out who is a liar when you support the truth. You defend the truth. You uphold the truth. And you love those who support the truth. You're going to find out who is serving a lie. And there's only one father of lies, and that's the devil, the Satan, Lucifer himself. And everybody else who hates the truth, who don't get behind the truth to support the truth or get a resource to the truth, you know who they serve. That's all there is to it. That's just all it is to it. It's just that simple. So again, I try to use the medals as an example to shock the people. I thank you. I thank you for honoring me, about helping me with this work in the ministry, because the Father knows I need all the help that I can get. I really, really, truly do. But I'll put the link at the end of the page. I hope that you continue to listen, and I hope that you have learned something. Y'all have a blessed day.